This is the story of a young man burning with anger and the lesson that turned his rage into peace. Let's begin. In a quiet village nestled between the hills and a winding river, there lived a wise man named Hari. People from near and far would come to him for advice, for his words that helped settle disputes, heal hearts, and bring peace to troubled minds. One day, a young man named Raju stormed into the village square, shouting and cursing. His face was red with anger and his fists were clenched. "Where is the wise man?" he yelled. "I must speak to him." The villagers pointed him toward a large banyan tree where Hari sat cross-legged, eyes closed, listening to the breeze. Raju marched up and shouted, "You are the one everyone talks about? The one who solves problems? Let me test your wisdom." Hari slowly opened his eyes and nodded. "Speak, my friend. What troubles you?" Raju sneered. "I'm tired of people insulting me, mocking my dreams, calling me useless. I want to teach them a lesson they'll never forget." Hari looked at him for a moment, then said gently, "Follow me." They walked together to the river bank where Hari picked up a handful of salt and dropped it into a cup of water. "Drink this," he said. Raju sipped, then spat it out. "It's bitter." Hari smiled and nodded. Then he walked to the river, picked up another handful of salt and threw it into the flowing water. "Now drink from the river." Raju knelt and drank. "That's much better," he admitted. Hari looked at him kindly. "The pain you feel, the anger you carry, it's like the salt. Too much of it in a small cup and it poisons you. But if you become like the river, wide and deep, that same pain loses its power." Raju stood silently, letting the words settle like leaves on still water. Hari continued, "You cannot stop people from saying hurtful things, but you can choose how much space they take up inside you. Be the river, not the cup." For the first time, Raju didn't feel like shouting. His fists unclenched. He looked at the river flowing peacefully despite all the stones it carried. He bowed his head to Hari. "Thank you. I came to test your wisdom, but I ended up testing my own heart," he said. The wise man smiled. "Wisdom is not in words, but in understanding when to let go." From that day forward, Raju walked in the village not with anger, but with calm. When people mocked him, he smiled, and slowly they stopped. Hence, the moral of the story is, let your heart be like a river, wide enough to carry pain without becoming bitter. Sometimes we can't stop others from throwing salt into our lives, but we can choose to become the river, vast enough to carry pain without letting it poison us. If the story touched you, share it with someone who needs this reminder today. And remember, be the river, not the cup. Subscribe for more stories that speak to the soul.